Hello everyone and welcome to a special announcement video. Something a little different from normal videos, but that's because it's a sort of special occasion, I guess. So, judging because you've probably read the title by now, this is about my Patreon, which I've officially started today. I've been working on it now and then when I can, especially when I didn't have the hard drives. I was doing it then as well. Mostly I've been trying to figure out how to do the different rewards and things like that, best way to do wordings. I've got different people to read it to see if there's anything else I could do. But yeah, it's now up, and this video is just going to give like a quick rundown of the options, what will the Patreon will entail, and you know, any extra stuff. So if you want the link, I'll put the link to the actual Patreon in the description for this video and future videos, so then at any point you want to read it, you can go there. I'll also put it in my about page on my YouTube channel, so if you want to check there as well without having to go to a random video, then you can go there. But essentially, I've said this before, but I'm going to say it again for this video. For the moment, I am partnered with a network. I am partnered with a group called the Freedom Network, and basically what it is, I signed up with some channel that you may have seen comment on a few of my videos, or you may know from general knowledge, a channel called Letalis, or the Lethal Legacy, and basically he specializes in story videos, mostly to do with his Star Wars The Old Republic MMO game playthroughs that he does. He basically creates his own stories, you know, that kind of thing. And a while ago, like back when I was thinking about getting into making YouTube my job, I went up to him, asked if I could apply for it, said yes. And yeah, since then I've been partnered with the main network, Freedom. Now, I do earn money from him, which is good. Well, I mean, otherwise I wouldn't have signed up with them. It'd be kind of bad if they didn't. But yeah, I have been getting paid on a monthly basis, but it's the amount is wildly dependent on how many views I get per video. So, and the only really way to get a real, like, a normal amount, quotation marks, normal, would be to get thousands of views per video, and I'm just not getting that. I mean, I've got like 306 subscribers, which is a lot. I wasn't expecting to get 300 anyway. And I'm happy to be there, and I'm glad everyone's liked and joined the Shepherd family. But the views themselves are kind of lagging, and because of that, I haven't been able to get enough payments or sustainability through the network. Just to give you a rough ballpark, per month I gain something around $1 a month for American viewers. For me, that's 47p. I can buy a chocolate bar, a really, really small, cheap chocolate bar for that much, and that's about it. And basically, it would take a while to amount £10 with that much. It would take probably like a couple years, not one, a couple. So, you know, it's sort of stymieing the growth in a sense, because right now I don't have an income other than that, and that's not enough to buy any sort of game, even cheap games. Maybe something that's like there's only 30 pence or something on Steam or whatever, but nearly all the time I won't be able to get anything. So, you know, after a while I'm going to run out of games I'm going to be able to play, and I won't be able to keep up with the demand for games, which is why I decided to start the Patreon account, a service where you can, any viewer that's on here or anyone that just wants to do it can go to and decide to pledge a certain amount that they want to do. For example, I've set up a few ranks you can go for. So, like, depending on how much you want to pay, you get different sort of benefits and special features, and you know, you can pay one of those or you can pay whatever. It's basically going off people's goodwill if they want to do it, And it's not a one-off payment thing, it's a monthly payment. So if you want to do it, make sure you know that it's gonna pay in the amount each month that you want to pay. So if you just want to pay 1 month, you can do that, but you would then have to cancel the resubscription process. So you pay for 1 month and then you cancel it, so then you don't have to pay the next month. But it's really up to you how you want to do it. So once this video goes up, Patreon will be up, and you'll be able to go through there, check all the different things you want, and then you can either pay it or just read it. I have put a description on there to say why you should pledge to me. It's basically just explaining the reasoning behind why. Then it says what I put the money towards. For examples, one of them is more games, computer maintenance, better recording software, etc. And basically tells you what the Patreon is hoping to achieve. I've also got some goals up as well. Not a lot, a few, that I believe are like realistic goals. They're not going to be like, oh, I expect to get thousands and thousands of pounds. I mean, no, that's going to be insane. If I get that much, I would want that much, but I'm going to be realistic here and do it on realistic goals. So like even the first goal is just getting $1. That's the first goal, and then each goal is increasing the amounts and saying what's going to happen because of that. So like the first goal is just basically saying, oh, you've given me support, and then the next goal is going to be something like increasing the amount of videos, increasing live streams, doing special events. As it gets higher in the amount that I get from it, more things will be available. There will be some changes. I mean, not to the YouTube channel straight away, but I mean, if I start earning enough from the Patreon account, that means that it will start to affect the YouTube channel, because then that means I'll have to create more content, because that's what the goals are for. Also, if the YouTube channel starts to pick up and starts getting more money than the Patreon account, or starts getting a lot of money from the Patreon account, then they may or not get rid of the Patreon account, because basically at that point it's done its job. It's basically like a help to get started sort of thing, to set things off in a way. So it's like, this is the first step. Once this gets it up, then that may improve the content I can do, which then in turn brings in more people, which then in turn brings more views. It's a kind of knock-on effect. So we're starting here. Hopefully this will start things, going off with a good start. But you never know with these kind of things. If you want to, you can go to the Patreon and pledge, whatever you want. I've got 5. I've got 5 different amounts up. I've got pledge $1, pledge $2, pledge $5, and pledge $10 per month. And basically, they have different things on them. So like the first one is a thanks, access to Patreon only posts, and the ability to take part in votes to decide what kind of games I should play next once I finish the ones I'm doing at the moment. I would probably make like a straw poll and put it on the actual Patreon account, so then people can do it and then go, oh, you should do that one out of the list, or this one out of the list, And the next one up, it's like heads up about future contents and events. Next one is Patreon name is used in games that allow units/characters to be named. So like XCOM, because you can name your units in that, I'll name one of the units after the Patreon subscriber at that point. Or if you can change, if it's an RPG and you can change the name of your companions, I'll change it to one of those, that kind of thing. And then the $10 one is the same. It's just you'll be paying more and probably get a higher likelihood of that, or a more priority, should I say. Like I'm saying, don't do it just because you want to, you want to be nice and pay for something. Do it if you are in a good situation. Don't do it if you're like struggling for money. I don't want to take money from you that makes you struggle more. Do it only if you think you are capable of supporting a monthly subscription fee, and you like my content, or you enjoy watching things that I do, or you can be just a nice guy. I don't know, but as I said, just make sure that you know what you want to do, and if you're completely fine with it, then go ahead, pledge. I would really appreciate it if you did, and I would understand if you didn't. I'm not going to hold it against you. I'm not going to go, oh, because no one pledged to me, I'm not going to make content anymore. No. That's not going to happen. That's never going to happen. I'm probably going to keep creating YouTube playthroughs for, until I get bored, or until YouTube gets so bad that it's like, no, we got to make our own content and screw everyone else, which looks like it's what it's going to end up being, but for now, it's alright. But, yeah, that's everything about the Patreon account. So I'll leave a link to the description. I'll put it on the page as well, and I might put one in the video, like a link in the actual video, and you can go from there. You can pledge, or you can just read it, see what it's about, and then yeah. So thanks a lot for watching. I hope to see you all in other videos, and thanks a lot for sticking around, and I hope to see you all another time. Until then, thank you all for watching and subscribing, and for whatever else you've been doing to help, and I'll see you around. Until then, this is Majorshepard signing off.